We're starting a little further back, but this is the 2015 Summer Stroll, the 100th anniversary of Leominster signing the city charter, becoming a city. The town has been around pretty much since when the country was founded, but it became a city 100 years ago. So it's supposed to be bigger and better festival, more ethnic themes and everything like that. Interesting. Anyway, we're starting back here because I have to state a legal claim, and that is that due to the way YouTube works and the Content ID electronic copyright system works, is that most likely the entire audio track, once we turn around the corner, will be stripped and replaced. Granted, it is fair use that the music is in there, but YouTube does not protect us against that whatsoever. So even if it's fair use, we could get a strike and wind up losing a channel. We apologize for the inconvenience over a bunch of idiots that have legitimately stolen copyrighted material. And here we go around the corner and say goodbye to the original audio. There is the 12-foot-long bike for the Leominster Classic, if that's how you pronounce it. It will be at the start of each leg of the 3-day race that will occur this year. And here's a Christian Life Center where kids are drawing stuff on the road with chalk. And speaking of the Leominster, there's your information booth right there. Over here is Leominster United Methodist Church. Nail painting over at Mini Lax Nails and Spa. Lighthouse Chapel International. Edward Jones Financial Services. And there's Talk of the Town. And if you go inside, you can get a free French twist. One World Acupuncture. Cutie Patooties Consignment Shop. Quite an interesting setup going over there. Leominster Arts Center and Gallery. Wonder what they're doing. And over here, you could get brick oven pizza. Unfortunately, I could not tell who it was. Feel free to leave a comment if you do. Nice setup there, too. And there's Central Flag and Gift, home of the Two Bears. Wachusett Dirt Dogs baseball team. Note Cards of Leominster. And over here is a fun house for the small kids. Of course, Allen Department Store has to be part of it. They got prime real estate. Next to Allen's is the Leominster Rotary Club, as we quickly get around. There, better view. Gets a little hard to get around at times. Here's a strength skill game for the kids. Looks like there were supposed to have been more games. Don't know. And we have cotton candy for the kids. And of course, no fair or event is complete without fried dough. And this is Italian style. unsure of that vendor, feel free to leave a comment if you know. And Cody Casey from Leominster School Committee. And of course, we got a bounce house. There's quite a few more where that came from. Commerce Bank. We got a little setup next to the bank building, oddly enough. And Dance to Swing, playing oldies and people dancing to the music. This is another reason why you're hearing a stripped out portion of audio. In actuality, it's YouTube's stupidity on handling copyright. Face painting. Psychic palm tarot card readings. First aid and first responders. Hopefully, there will be no need for them today. And now it is time to cross the street and see what else is around. Sometimes this is a bit fun, but apparently we caught it at just the right time. Traffic has a blinking red light, so we have right of way regardless. So now that we're across the street, we're coming up to a band that is performing for people in the common. And there they are. I take it they're supposed to be dancing or some sort of event here, because they got a linoleum floor in the middle of the street. So I guess there's going to be dancing of some sort. Oh, and you can kind of see another band sort of starting up right there. They're not playing quite yet. Next Step Living. And this time we got things going up Park Street, which is different. It is a little bit bigger than it has been before. And over here we have soup dogs. Needless to say, they serve soup. Kind of unusual, but Park Street has a little action going on today. Mostly a food truck. And it takes a while to get there. Surprised they don't have other things going on. Anyway, William's Southern Soul Food there. And up ahead, I'm not sure if that is a setup for children to explore, but there's fire trucks there. I don't see any kids. There is a children's crawl around setup further up the street on Central. Kind of an odd setup here, because right in front of a Subway, booth for Pizzeria Uno. I don't think Pizzeria Uno chose that spot, though. And we crossed the street because Park was never part of this before. Don't you just love this stripped out audio? You can thank YouTube for that, and the fact that they don't recognize fair use. Over here, per usual every year, we have a sand sculpture. Very simple, but it states the point, which is most important. Once again, by NVIDIA Bank, Leominster, 100 years as a city. Right now, they're working on the NVIDIA Bank logo. And there's that Leominster 100 again. Don't need much on that one. And as we go, there's NVIDIA Bank themselves. And over to the left, there is a Latino DJ playing Latina music, definitely helping in this whole copyright issue. But for an event like this, I don't care. And here's Leominster Access Television, which is our local cable access. And let's do a little photo bomb. Hi, everybody. There we go. I'm sure they'll appreciate that. Here's the van, and if you don't know what the channel is, or you used to live here and you want to see what they got, there's the address and the website, and off you go. There's Unmistaken Stars Farm Sanctuary. Not exactly sure what they are. Animal rescue? Feel free to leave a comment. And here's what I was sort of alluding to before. Here's some construction equipment in which children are allowed to look about and see what's there. Project Paw. I think that might be another animal rescue. Not sure. And over here, I think this is Rollstone Bank and Trust setup. After all, it's right in front of their building. Seems to make sense. Commit to Fitness right next to them, and they're doing face painting. There's quite a sizable gap between events and vendors. Oh, and we're coming towards Inflatable Nation as we zoom into that. As we continue on, let's see what else is here. Hisma, I believe. Haven Animal Rescue. A lot of animal rescues here today. That's not a bad thing. Texas Roadhouse. Not exactly sure what they're serving today. There's a cooling station if you need it. Fortunately, this day was pretty cool, so for the most part, you don't need it. But if you want it, like that guy, it was there. Then again, if you're out in the sun long enough, anything is a bit warm. Texas Roadhouse giving out water. That's different for them. There's Fidelity Bank. They're giving out water as well. Competition. Another vendor I'm not sure of. Again, leave a comment if you know who they were. And there's Solar City. Putting solar panels on people's roofs. Heidi Hogan's Best Dance Studio. And the Crusaders, the women fighting against breast cancer. Offbeat Adventure. Selling odd clothing and accessories. Here we are in another void. And another reason coming up why the music is stripped. But again, it's all for good fun and a good reason, so I don't care. And here's a hula hoop contest for the kids. Looks like they're having a bit of fun. Not sure if this was to be a cooling station or it was a vendor. Here's the Leominster Foreign Legion, and if you stop by and enter a raffle, you can win this grill. Note the fancy spelling. And here's a inflatable tent, which surprisingly holds something that isn't really all that big. They're holding a gone fishing minigame. And over here we got inflatables. Inflatable games mostly. This one is a T-ball style game. It's really hard to set up with the wind, as you can see. Plus having a tee that actually blows a ball into the air. There we go. Mother Nature cooperated enough. And as we go along, there's another skill shot game there. Guess you gotta try to knock the ball off the column of air that it's floating on. And yet another bounce house. Usually it's a band that sets up at the end, but this time it's a DJ. And I have also noticed that we forgot to highlight something, so we're going to head back and highlight it. We are now heading back to the center of things because since it was a bit broken up and Park Street was involved, I've kind of skipped over something that I actually wanted to highlight before I headed up the street, but I didn't. Oh, and there's Leominster Access Television again, and of course, hello! Yeah, I'm sure he's thrilled. I'm sure he's thrilled I've done that to another camera as well, earlier on. Anyway, as I mentioned earlier, they were probably going to put pony rides on Pleasant Street, which is next to the subway, and there you have it. Pony rides for the kids. And they go pretty good distance up the street. But there's still a little more to look at as we just pan around a little bit. There's one more thing that was highlighted, and it wasn't there quite yet. So we're going to head down the street and find it. I heard there was supposed to be a mariachi band, and there it is. Yeah, I couldn't get a good look at it, unfortunately. But there they are. And that's the Summer Stroll 2015. George F551 saying, hope you enjoyed and have a good one.